I've got a pretty big haul this month, so let's just get right into it. Hey, I'm Amy and welcome back. It is the last Tuesday of the month of March, so that means it is time for my monthly hauls. And I have what I think is a pretty good one for you guys. As always, I have some stuff that I have bought, and then I have some stuff from work. And one that's kind of a freebie that's technically from work, but it's not anything that we have worked on. It was just a free sample, but I'll get to that when I get to that. And as always, there are links in the description to pretty much everything I'm going to be talking about on here. And if you purchase anything from those, I'll get a little bit of a percentage that'll help make this channel even better. So let's just get started with my first one. It is this Cinemaps, an atlas of 35 of the greatest movies, and it is so awesome. I saw this on Amazon and I was like, you know what? I have to get it. Ooh, it's making a lot of like squeaky noises. Let's go to probably the reason I got this, if I can find that page. I think they're in chronological order. So yeah, right here, it's this one. It's The Princess Bride. Oh, I love The Princess Bride, and it's basically just, here. It's basically just, you know, a map of pretty much the journeys. I can't get it without getting that shadow of the camera on there, but it's basically just the map of like a bunch of different characters. So there's all the characters' names right here, and then you can see like their journey going through there, and it's so cool. I definitely recommend getting this if you just love movies. I'm a coffee table book collector, as most of you know. I used to have a ton of coffee table books back in my background before I switched it up, and I'm still gonna put them back there. I'm just figuring out my new layout still, but this is definitely a coffee table book must-have. I'm gonna list off some of them. I also like the inside of this. It definitely has like a let's see if I can focus the camera on this. Yeah, there we go. So now I need to refocus back on myself. There we go. But it has kind of a shining wallpaper, a shining carpet texture in there. But I'm gonna list off some, because I'm obsessed with this book. I'm gonna list off some of the movies that are in here. Metropolis, Wizard of Oz, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is one that I haven't really looked at. But if you watched my 1001 video, check it out up there. This is one of my favorite westerns of all time. It's also got Raiders, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and I think Last Crusade as well, yep. Back to the Future, Labyrinth, Predator, Pulp Fiction, Clueless, Fargo, the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's huge, and you have to get a magnifying glass to examine it. It's not one I can show you on here because it's so big and so detailed that it will not pick up on camera. You definitely need to get this if you want to check that out. Guardians of the Galaxy even, and it ends with Mad Max Fury Road. And it looks like they are in chronological order. So definitely recommend checking this out. It's really not as expensive as you think it would be. I think it was less than $20. But yeah, it's definitely a great coffee table book if you enjoy coffee table books and movies. And just like analytical stuff like me, even though it's not like super analytical. I don't know, I'm just talking. And next are some other things I have purchased, and I don't think any of them are going to be a surprise if you've watched any of my reviews from the last year. The first one is one that everyone's gonna be like, why did you get that? You didn't even like the movie. But I did give it a collection rating in the review, even though I did not like the movie, only because I am a completionist and I am a sucker for anything Wizarding World, and of course, that's the Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. Not Harry Potter, but Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grindelwald. Yes, I purchased this movie. I don't know. I could not pass it up. Plus, there's an extended cut, which I think adds an extra, almost an extra 10 minutes. It's a little bit less than 10 minutes. So maybe you'll get a little bit extra information on some of the stupid stuff that they did. I don't know. It's probably just going to make me even more mad. I haven't watched it yet. My sister watched it. She didn't tell me anything about it, but I will need to check that out. But yeah, Next is a animated movie that I am so in love with, and it is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm kind of upset that the way Target packaged it, it kind of destroyed the O card, the slipcover, when I was opening it up, but you know, I do love the way that the O card changes for the cover. Super cool. I absolutely loved Into the Spider-Verse. Won an Oscar, even though it says it is an Academy Award nominee. They definitely made this sticker and packaging before the Oscars. Anyways, Into the Spider-Verse. Next is Mary Poppins Returns. I did not like this as much as the original Mary Poppins, but I love Emily Blunt. I love Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins was one of the movies that I consider one of the reasons why I got into filmmaking and why I love magic and stories and things like that, is because of Mary Poppins, and because I watched Mary Poppins at least once a week when I was a kid on VHS. And I just loved this movie for the nostalgia factor of it, and plus I love Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda was really great. So I got Mary Poppins Returns. And next is one I'm very excited about. It is another one of my favorite childhood movies, and it is Space Jam, but it is the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital steelbook. I am not super fond of the way Michael Jordan looks on here. He looks a little oversaturated, and my friends and I were talking about this at work, that they should have used the album cover artwork for this and not this, whatever this is. I'm looking in the viewfinder just because I love the way it looks, but Michael just looks so weird. This is the original cover artwork for the album, and I think that would have looked really cool on a steelbook. They didn't really think about what they were doing when they made this steelbook, but I still really like it. And I mean, I love Space Jam, so now I have it on Blu-ray and DVD and VHS and digital. I have it on every format you could possibly ever get it on. Next, we're going to be moving on to some of the stuff that I got from work. The first one, like I said, I did get one that is kind of a freebie, but I still got it from work, and it is Darkest Hour. Gary Oldman, he won Best Actor for this, and it also won for makeup and hairstyling, I believe. Not this past Oscars, but last year's Oscars. I kind of enjoyed this movie. It wasn't my favorite of the Best Picture nominees in the 2018 Oscars, whatever I don't know, I always get mixed up on what the year is on, or how they year it, but yeah, I got Darkest Hour, and I'm excited to rewatch this because I think when I first watched it, the reason I wasn't super fond of it was because I really just didn't pay attention enough to it, even though I was doing a review on it. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of maybe rewatch it sometime. Now we're getting into some of the stuff I got from work. The first one is kind of stupid, but if you ever watched the Foot of a Ferret channel, he does these history of different things, and he did an episode a couple weeks ago on this animated series, and the name sounded really familiar. I started watching it and I was like, oh, I think this is something that we put out at work, and I went and looked up the first season. It is Miraculous, The Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. It is a French animated film, but I believe that this is dubbed in English, maybe, I don't know. Yes, English and French audio tracks and English subtitles. But yeah, I'm kind of, he talked about it being like really good and nostalgic for 90s kids, so I'm a 90s kid and I love cartoons, so probably gonna have to check this out. I probably didn't need to grab the entire season, but yeah, I thought I would check it out sometime. Next is one I got just because Kurt Russell is in it. It is Used Cars. I don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about some of the ones that I have here, but Kurt Russell's in this, and I thought, hey, why not just check it out? Next is another one I don't know anything about, but it is looks like a goofy horror movie not a goofy horror movie, but an old school horror movie, like monster movie that I probably will really enjoy. The Mole People. It just looks super fun and dumb. I love fun, dumb horror movies, especially ones from a long time ago. Let's see, when did this movie come out? 50s. Yeah, this is like right around prime horror that I absolutely love. Next is Someone to Watch Over Me. This is a Ridley Scott film, I believe. Yes, it's a Ridley Scott film, which that's why I picked it up. And I don't know, it sounded kind of interesting. It's like a crime, drama, thriller kind of thing, I believe. But I don't know. It's another one I don't know anything about, but I'm gonna watch it sometime. And the next one I picked up is one because I'm doing a 1001 challenge on it in probably a couple months. I'm not sure, I don't remember. It's been a minute. I've planned a lot of months in advance, but that is 4 Weddings and a Funeral. It has Andie MacDowell and Hugh Grant in it. It's a romantic comedy from the 90s, and we all know I'm not a huge romantic comedy fan, but I do love 90s romantic comedies, so very excited to check this one out. It looks very funny and interesting, and I mean, it's got Hugh Grant in it. It's a Hugh Grant rom-com, so it's gonna be good. Next is one that I picked up because it's very witchy and I haven't seen it before, and I love witches. It's The Craft. I mean, it's got Neve Campbell in it, and I am a fan of Neve Campbell. Love her. Scream is one of my favorite horror movies, so gotta pick this up, especially for the witchy factor. One more before we get into a couple that are have very interesting stories. This next one I picked up because the star of it is also the star of one of my favorite TV shows that is no longer on air. This is Valentine. It's got David Boreanaz. I'm pretty sure he plays the Cupid. I haven't seen it. I just read that, which is kind of maybe a spoiler alert, so if you have not seen Valentine and you want to see it but didn't want spoilers on who the killer is, I believe it's David Boreanaz. But, sorry. David Boreanaz is in it. See, he's right there, and I love him. I tried watching Buffy. I tried watching Angel. I think I watched 1 episode of Angel and I couldn't get through it. But I did like him on the 3 seasons, I think, of Buffy that I watched. I stopped watching when they went to college. I wasn't a fan of those episodes, except for that singing one. I think that was in that episode when they were in college. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched Buffy also. But I'm very excited for David Boreanaz. Next are 2 steelbook things that I kind of want to talk a little bit about. The first one is The Fog. This is a Jamie Lee Curtis movie, but the interesting thing about this steelbook is, as you can probably see from the reflection, it is a little bit dented right here, but this is one that I was given because it was a little bit dented. It still opens up and functions perfectly, but yeah, I do already have this on Blu-ray, and yeah, I like the steelbook cover. I think it's a beautiful cover, so I was like, might as well grab it to have the steelbook of it because I like it. And the next thing I have to show you guys is kind of in the same boat as the Fog steelbook. This is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 25th Anniversary 20-disc complete series set steelbook. And yeah, as you can probably tell, it is a little dinged up as well, which is another reason why I have this one. You have to be kind of delicate with it because when you pick it up like this, at least for this version, they like re-released it with more stable containers. So we got a bunch of this destroyed product. Yeah, if you pick it up, it kind of warps the tin a little bit, so you have to be very careful when picking it up. But I do love the cover. I do love the covers on these. There's probably close-ups going on right now, but I do love the covers on all of these steelbooks. And this not only has it has all 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It also has the movie with all the bonus features on here. So yeah, this is a super extensive collection. I believe I already have seasons 1 and 2 on DVD. This is also a DVD steelbook. It is not a Blu-ray steelbook, but I do already have seasons 1 and 2 on DVD, but I wanted the full steelbook because, I mean, the packaging on this is so beautiful. I love it, even though it's like very dinged up, but it's Power Rangers. I wanted to be Amy Jo Johnson when I was younger. I wanted to be the Pink Ranger because she had the same name as me and she kicked butt. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I have for today. I know I said it was a big haul, but it's not as big as I thought it was. It seemed bigger. I think mostly it's because of the book and because this is so big. But yeah, that is everything I have. Let me know what you got through the month of March in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really truly do appreciate every single one of you. Let me know who you are in the comments down below, and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I love talking all things movies, TV shows, filmmaking, mystery, all the fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!